This meeting is being recorded.
I welcome everyone. Good evening to all of you. Thank you so much for making time and joining this evening with us for this very special session. This session has been hosted by Hamilton House and is supported by Knotral trainings. We are going to talk about English language training and development today, and I am going to be the host, Dheeraj Trakru, who is the founder, director of India Market Entry and Knotral Trainings. Today we have a special guest all the way from UK. Joining in today is David. David has joined us from Hamilton House. Hi, David. Welcome to the session.
Hello, Dheeraj. Thank you. Lovely to be with you all again today.
And today we are going to talk about this special publishing house that specializes in English language training solutions only. Hamilton House, it's a global brand name, and we'll start by doing a short presentation that I have prepared for today, where I will take you through a quick understanding of the background of Hamilton House, as well as the key product portfolio that we are launching in India at this point in time. David will follow by talking about the deeper aspects and going through each one of those products that we are looking to launch in India, post which we would be able to conclude the session and then move to a Q&A. So I would request all of you to stay tuned, bear with us for another 45 minutes or so, and we'll be able to interact with you directly. You will be able to unmute and talk to us, and we'll be happy to answer questions that you might have. At the same time, please don't hold on to the questions that come across. While we are doing the presentation, we have our team also in this session. So we'll be very happy to pick up on those questions in the chat. And if there are any questions that the team couldn't answer, we would be very happy to take that during our Q&A session. This is going to be an engaging session, so we would request all of you to be at your systems, phones, whatever devices that you have logged in through today. We would want you to be active because there are going to be a couple of polls that are going to come across. David is going to try and engage you every now and then. So we would be happy to, see you engage with us and learn together more about the products, more about Hamilton House in general. So let me start by quickly sharing my screen. All right. So building a strong English foundations is essential. And as we have seen, NEP also talks about it. The government is pushing, literacy, basic literacy, especially for the foundational years, to be as a mandate across all schools everywhere in the country. And that's exactly what we are looking to contribute as Hamilton House to that ecosystem, making sure every child gets the best quality content, every teacher gets the best resources to teach across the globe. So to begin this session, I would request all of you to, like I said, be active in the session. This is the first poll that is coming across to you on your screen right now. Who is in the session? So we want to understand who you are, so you can choose one, selection that makes most sense to you. So if you're a teacher, if you're a school leader, a school representative, if you're an education consultant, if you're an education solution provider, whether it's a distributor, it's a partner, anybody else, please choose the best option for you here. I request everyone to please contribute and answer these questions. I see about 50% participants have answered. Anybody else who would like to answer? Hi, great. So we see a mix of teachers and education consultant. Great to have you both in this session. It's always a pleasure connecting with teachers. It's always a pleasure connecting with consultants because you're doing such meaningful work at the grassroots level, supporting classrooms, teachers, and schools. And there is a lot that we have to share for you today. And I'm sure you would appreciate what we are going to talk about. So what is Hamilton House? So let me give you a quick snapshot on what is Hamilton House. Hamilton House, like I said, is a specialist English language teaching publisher based out of UK. And when I say specialist, I actually mean they don't do anything else other than English. They don't do science, they don't do maths. 100% focus on English language training. And to be honest, that's rare. And that's what makes them also very, very powerful. They were founded in the early 2000s. So they have been in business for around 25 years now. And their mission is also very clear: to make English learning accessible and super effective. Over the next decade, over the initial first 2 decades, they expanded rapidly across Europe and Asia. By 2015, they actually launched a full digital learning platform with interactive resources. And by 2020, they had become a trusted name in over 60 countries. And now in 2025, 2026, they are formally entering the India market. And India market entry and Knotral Trainings is their official partner for this launch. I really love the tagline that they have: created by teachers, built for learners, and trusted worldwide. That really captures the ethos, especially their editorial team, especially that consists of experienced educators who actually understand what works in classrooms, not just boardroom strategies. These are classroom strategies that we're talking about. So this is not a company testing the waters. They are a proven, growing global ELT brand, now ready for India. And to be very honest, David and the core team has actually got their hands dirty by coming and seeing the real contextual India, going into the schools, going into the classrooms, understanding how English is being taught. And then they have come up with the products that we have shortlisted to launch in India. So Hamilton House absolutely understands the context of India. So now let's get into a deeper layer into what makes Hamilton House stand out. There are 4 pillars I want you to take away from this specific slide. So I'd request everyone to look at the screen and look at the slide. Number 1, mission and reach. Hamilton House currently delivers English content. And this is not just for private language schools. Their materials are actually being used in government schools, international schools, coaching centers, English learning language centers. And the breadth of trust is remarkable, especially for a specialist publisher like this. Number 2, they have a comprehensive range of products and tools available for teachers and students. They cover the entire English journey, right? Whether you're in kindergarten, you're teaching kindergarten students, or you're supplying to preschool, or you're supplying to primary school, secondary school, exam preparations for IELTS, or English language skills development for job roles. They have everything that you can imagine, and probably that you haven't imagined. So if you are looking to be a partner, you're not picking up a product, you're picking up an entire ecosystem. Number 3, the digital plus print integration, right? Every program comes with interactive whiteboard software, ebooks, applications and teacher training resources. This is not built like a bolt-on digital strategy that you're just trying to push digital onto the book. This is digital actually, which is built into every product from day one. With over 70% of urban schools now trying to integrate digital tools, this is exactly what the market needs. Number 4 is this is a very partner-ready model. Hamilton House is coming up with a partner-ready model. They have built their business model around partnerships, licensing, distribution, arrangements that become a win-win proposition, not just for partners, distributors, education consultants, but also for schools. They offer turnkey solutions that enable, so you're not just buying books, you're not just buying a digital tool, you're buying an ecosystem for enhancing English language training. That is what you get with Hamilton House. So like I said, we are going to have a couple of polls in. This is the poll number 2 for today. And this is very contextual to each one of you, to your own context, to your own institution, to your own learning center, to your own students. What is the biggest challenge you face with the current English language resources? We have tried to give 4 different options that we feel might be relevant, but at the same time, we have given the 5th option as any other challenge that you feel in your context you want to highlight, and we'll be very happy to hear that, because going forward, we want to address each one of those challenges and how our products actually cater to those. So I would request everyone to, whoever feels there are other challenges than the 4 that we have put there, we'll be happy to see that in the chat, please. Right, so we can see Afza putting in student cannot relate to foreign content. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll be addressing that today. Yes.
So the top one that is coming out of the 4 options that we gave was no structured pathway across grades. Okay, wow, that's amazing to hear. All right, and not really what something we haven't got before. We have seen that. We've seen this outcome before as well. Any other challenges that you feel, please put it in the chat. We will be very happy to hear. Lack of engaging content for students, limited digital support for teachers, no structured pathway across grades, difficulty finding relatable ELT products, other challenges. If any, please mention in the chat. I would request everyone to please contribute to this. This is essential. We are going to spend the next 30 minutes talking about this. So I would request everyone to contribute to this poll. And this is going to only help all of us, right, together. So we will customize our, presentation according to what the textbook system gets very rigid. Larissa, great. Thank you so much for sharing that. So you're saying difficulty finding relatable ELT product. I see some of you are still on the fence. I would request all of you to please answer this poll. Poll not visible. Okay. So you can always choose in the chat the number of the choice you have made. If the poll is not visible to you, just put the number of the choice. I mean, it's on the screen. You can see the screen. You can put the number of the choice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any choice that makes sense to you. All right. So let's move on from this. In the interest of time, we need to move forward.
Engaging content. Yeah.
So let's talk about the products, and I'm going to quickly cover because David is going to anyway go in detail in each of these products. So we are looking to launch these 4 products, the Ping Pong series, the Little Genius Grammar series, the Grammar Genius, and the Just Grammar. You can see the age groups that they cover. The Ping Pong series is for early years, pre-primary, right? The nursery, lower KG, upper KG that we are used to in India. The Little Genius grammar is for primary grade 1, grade 2, standard 1, standard 2, and the Grammar Genius is from standard 3 to standard 6 complete, and we've got just grammar 7 to 8. So this is what we are launching in India, and there are a couple of other products also that David will talk about. So let me quickly do a brief introduction of David. I know I introduced him, but not exactly. So David is actually the business development manager and academic consultant at Hamilton House. He brings over 30 years of experience in English language teaching. He's been the director of studies. He himself has been an English language training author and has collaborated with some of the leading publishers in the world. What I really respect about David is his mission, placing learners' needs at the heart of English education. He's not just a business person, he's someone who genuinely understands classroom, teachers, and what actually students need to succeed. Welcome, David. We are delighted to have you and would like you to talk about Hamilton House and its products.
Thank you very, very much for that introduction and generally the introduction to our partnership with India Market Entry. And let me just get my screen ready. You should be able to see my
Yes.
screen now. Yep. Right. Okay. The responses to the polls are very useful for us. And I think that what Diraj was saying, that we are an independent company specialized in ELT, means that we have hands-on experience, feet on the ground. It was a pleasure to be with the colleagues from IME. I see somebody with us today is from Bangalore. I was in Bangalore several months ago now, and
Yes.
that in itself was a very interesting experience to see the needs of schools. We visited a few schools, a distributor there, and it's great to know how you are teaching English in India. I've looked at, the comment here from Sri Devi. I'm apologizing if I haven't said that right, Sri Devi. It's not a mother tongue. It's not. Yes, we appreciate that. And the way you teach English in India and the way students learn English in India is totally unique. It's not the same as the way they're learning here in Europe. So there is a big difference, and this is why we do work with specialists in country, and we found that with Diraj and the team at IME. That's why we do come across, we do our research, we speak to teachers, we speak to school owners, and even in this session here, your valuable input as well. What difficulties you're experiencing, what expectations you want. That means that we can address those, and we will address those with our cooperation over the many, many years ahead of us. So let me come into my slide. Just give me one moment to bring up my notes and we'll be good to go. Give me just one. There we go. Right. I need to move here. Right. From our research, we've looked at our catalogue and we've identified a few of our titles that can be used in India as if straight out of the box, as it were. And Diraj has already introduced those. The first series is Ping Pong, with our great characters Ping and Pong and their friends. This is suitable. It's a 3-level course. Starters, level 1 and level 2. Depending on, and this is always the case, depending on what students what the teacher's expectations of the students are. Do we have 3 years of preschool education, KG1, KG2, KG3? Then we've got the full set, starters 1 and 2. Do we have students that only do 2 levels? Then starters 1. Do we have students that only do 1 level of kindergarten? Then we'd not do the starters, we'd do level 1 of ping pong. We can then use ping pong 2 in primary year 1 for students who have had very little exposure to English previously. And it's extremely important to form solid foundations in education. And that applies to English especially. The stronger the foundations are at these early years, the stronger the student can build upon and the higher they'll achieve on their English language journey. So ping pong is a great starting point. Each book consists of 10 graded units, each with 7 one-page lessons, so small, manageable chunks of English. All key structures and essential vocabulary for the students at this age and this level are transparently presented and methodically practiced. Sorry, let me just, I've got a message on my screen here. Right. British English, of course, that's very important to emphasize. India is using British English, not American English, but we do have American English titles as well. Sorry, I've got a bit of a technical issue here. I just need to find a button on my screen. Give me 1 second.
As you can see, every product that David is going to talk about, it's going to have multiple components attached to it. So you have options of course book, workbook, digital tools, teacher training material. And the beauty is, I'm sure David would have highlighted this, but the beauty is that they're going to give on-ground training. International trainers are going to be here for each one of the products that you're going to just see. So I would request all of you to please pay attention on what David is going to talk about and have as many questions as possible, please. It is going to be even interesting if you ask questions to us.
Yeah, sample lesson. We will see some sample lessons. We'll go through them very quickly. But more importantly, we are dedicated to the markets we enter. We don't just come in and test the waters and see what's going. We've done our homework. We're working with the right people in India with India market entry. We've invested heavily already. You've got literally thousands of sample copies in country right now. And if you contact the India market entry team, they will give you physical copies as samples. And we know that's very important. You need to feel the book. You need to understand the feel of the book, how it flows. Because one of those questions, the flow from level to level, this is really, really, really important. So let's move on. I just need to get this guy. And in Latamosa, you're drawing all over the screen. Can you turn off the draw? You've pressed the drawing side, yeah. Okay, so what is ping pong? It's an enchanting 3-level course for very young learners taking their first steps in English. They're very gently introduced to the very first English words, sounds, and letters. So there is a phonics element to that. Following the adventures of Max and Millie with their funny monster friends, Ping and Pong. The pupils are encouraged to learn English in the same way native speakers do. So if you're familiar with TPR, total physical response, we're not trying to force feed students language. We're trying to introduce them to language in a very natural way through listening, speaking, and doing it. Okay, learning to read and write with phonics, with that phonic element. The students do a variety of enjoyable activities which are always manageable by these very young learners. And if you are teachers, you know that you need to set achievable skills, achievable tasks to have realistic expectations of your students. Okay, yeah, listen, but both the productive and the receptive skills all the way through, but at a controlled level appropriate to the students. Yeah, which approach being followed? Look, phonics is not put at the forefront. It's there. We're looking at TPR, we're looking at total physical response, what it says on the screen, trying to learn English the same way native speakers do. English today, especially in India, is not a foreign language. It's a second language. We have a lot of exposure to the language in our everyday lives. And it's much easier today for children to have that exposure. If they're learning, for example, Chinese or Japanese or Korean, they won't have that deep exposure as they do with English. Right, what do we have available for students? The pupils books with lots of stickers at the back. There is an activity book available. There is an ebook. For the teachers, you get the teacher's copy of the pupils book, which has got the overprinted answers as well. You've got a teacher's book which shows you how to teach the material, giving you full guidance. This is very important. We've got here class audio, flashcard pack, different posters, and the interactive whiteboard software. What we'll be doing in India is we'll be providing every school that adopts ping pong, you will be given the whiteboard software. That means you have everything you need and more on the whiteboard software. We'll try and go through it very quickly today, but if you're interested in this, the team at IME can give you access codes and you can try it out for yourself. When you adopt this, if you are teaching it at schools, we'll be doing training sessions in the summer so that the teachers know how to use the material effectively. So what does it include? Digital interactive version of the pupils book and activity book. So even though you're just buying the student's book, you've got access to the activity book as well, including all the keys, the audio, the video links, everything there, interactive games, all the songs, the flashcards are there, the posters are there, a quick video showing you the way this is set up. So a very clear presentation of the material. And let me just mention while we're watching this video here, the whiteboard material needs an internet access to download and activate, but once you've downloaded it onto your laptop or computer, you do not need an internet connection to operate it. I think that's very important, especially in rural areas.
Good morning, Pong. Wake up. Good morning. Pong? Morning, Pong.
How was the accent taken care of? We do all our recordings here in the UK, and the American editions are done in America.
Dad? Good morning, Pong. Pong. Goodbye, Ping. Good.
So you can see there with the engaging video. Very young children love watching YouTube videos, and they also watch things like Peppa Pig,
Sweet dreams.
Thomas the Tank Engine. So this is all sort of taken in consideration with the material that we are producing.
Sing.
And then we've got our songs as well. Animators, keep the students interested. One of the things you mentioned, engaging students. Will this engage your students? Yes, it will. Good morning, how are you?
What's your name? Mine.
And then we've got games as well that can be played in teams with the students. Got flashcards as well. While we're talking about, I'm just going to mention something about how this program works. There are 2 lines of buttons. The green one is the navigation tool, and we've got the 4 main keys on the left and the right. So if you're using your whiteboard in class, depending whether you're standing to the left or the right of the screen, you've got the control buttons there. The buttons that have appeared in the middle, these are the reveal, they show the keys, they show the videos, they show the reading scripts. And then the toolbar at the bottom, so the green one, the navigation bar, the toolbar at the bottom, it looks a bit more complex, but you don't need to use that. Familiarize yourself with the navigation bar, with those 4 main buttons. And then later on, once you've got familiar with that, we can then start training you on the different elements and the different functions that our whiteboard material has. That includes connecting to the internet, printing off sheets, a scoreboard, a timer, zoom in, zoom out, writing, highlighting, lots of useful tools for you to use while you're presenting. Here you've got all the words, the flashcards, you've got the pronunciation of the words there, very useful for you in the Indian market. All the videos, you can see, very easy software, very easy to navigate and very easy to use. So let me just get the next session. Following on from ping pong, we're introducing Journey. This is a carefully controlled course. There are 10 levels starting from 1 through to 10. I'll go through very quickly. Each level correlates to the CEFR. We were talking about that in the chat very earlier on. So the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. This is the European standard for all European languages. And companies like Cambridge were very involved in creating the English component of that. Smoothly and effectively, again, you were talking about that in the poll, smoothly and effectively bringing learners from pre-A1 up to the high C1, C2 levels. Levels 1 to 6 are aligned with Cambridge Primary English Curriculum, and levels 7 to 10 are aligned to the secondary English curriculum. Yeah, sure, yeah, they do the games, you get points. Yes, that's the gamification of the program. So levels 1 to 6, level 1 starts off for students who have already got some experience with English. If your students have not had any experience at primary year 1 in using English, then level 1 is going to be too demanding for them. And that's why I mentioned using Ping Pong 2 for primary year 1 for students with very little formal training in English before. If they've done 2 or 3 levels of English in kindergarten, preschool, then level 1 is great for them. So let's go through what the students get. We've got our students book. There is the ebook version. Full color workbook is also available. The test book. For you, the teachers, you get your teacher's book with all the teachers' notes, the teacher's editions of the students' book as well. The class audio would be involved in the interactive whiteboard software, which we're giving to you with the adoption of these books. The software includes the digital version of the students' book plus workbook, plus the key, the audio, the videos, everything you need. The audios for the test book, you've got your word list. Quick look at the video showing Journey, so you can see the same type of setup with all of the extra materials: Kids Planet, CLIL, revision, songs, videos, games, flashcards, work search, grammar videos. Everything is there at the touch of a button. You've got the left and right control navigation bars, which is highlighted in the orange bar, and at the bottom again you've got your tools there. I'm just going to go through very quickly just to show you a few things. So very easy to do, very easy to follow in the class. Also available for every student with English Journey and all of our other mainstream books is our digital platform. On the front page of the book, the students will get the joining instructions and a unique code to join. The teachers, through a teacher's account, would create their group and invite their students to join that group. So you've got your LMS, where you have all the online activities: reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary, listening practices. Yet the whiteboard software is for the teachers to use in class, definitely. What I'm showing you now is extra homework, but we don't use the homework word. It's the extra materials that the students do independently at home. This needs to be connected to the internet because it's an LMS. The teacher then gets reports of what the students are doing. So online exercise complement the course books and offer a blended learning solution. There are online tests as well, very easy to use, easy to navigate. The teachers can connect with their students through messages and sharing files, etc., and you've got that automatic scoring. So again, a great help for teachers. You don't have to spend lots and lots of time marking students' homework. You've got everything done automatically. The only thing you'd need to do on this is grading the writing tasks that students are asked to do. So they're the two courses that we're introducing this year on the Indian market. And what else we've identified? Yeah, you know, we can give you access codes, Sridevi, about this. So, you know, let's follow on and we'll get back to that later. The other books that we've identified this year as introducing to India are our grammar series. So from grades 1 to 8 at the Indian schools. For grades 1 and 2, we've got Little Genius. These are ideal for very young learners taking their first steps in English grammar and structure. We've got Brad and Maddie, the ingenious twins, presented through this amazing cartoon story to present the grammar in context. Carefully controlled language, so it's always familiar to the students. A variety of illustrated exercises, carefully graded to build up step by step. Regular revision to keep the students, you know, recycling and reviewing the material that's presented. For grades 3, 4, 5, and 6, we've got Grammar Genius. So the characters here are slightly older, so they're age related to the learners. We've got the grammar is presented in a fun cartoon strip. The main characters, Evgenius and his robot Dax and his friends. Carefully selected vocabulary syllabus. because we want to, well, the focus here is the grammar, not the vocabulary. So we mustn't overdo the vocabulary because we don't want to lose the students with these difficult words. We want to have a controlled level of vocabulary so that the students can understand and grasp the structures that we're trying to teach them. Structures taught in short, learner-friendly steps, detailed, clear, and easy to follow referenced sections. So, a variety of carefully graded exercises, writing and speaking tasks at the end of each unit. There's a box for Be a Genius, which contains helpful tips to promote learner autonomy. So, becoming independent users of the language is very important. Revisions after every five or six units, spelling rules, irregular verb lists. And again, this comes with the LMS platform, the whiteboard material as well. So when you're doing it in class, you've got those grammar videos, you've got everything to help the lesson become more engaging for students. This is not just another black and white, boring grammar book that students go through exercise by exercise with the teacher explaining. Everything is done in an exciting, vibrant way, using the whiteboard as well with the videos, going through, marking and explaining the answers to the questions as we're going through. So what do the students get? They get the students' book, they get a test booklet, and we've got the LMS platform with extra exercises, which I showed you earlier. The teachers will get the teacher's book with the answers and then the interactive whiteboard software as well. That includes the entire book, advances tool set, animated videos of comic strips from the student's book, real life video presentations of each unit, full theory presentation, and additional interactive exercises. Let me just snip it out of that. We've got time. So again, you see very, very simple, very easily navigable whiteboard with the revision, the videos, word search, test booklet, irregular verbs, spelling rules, and then the 22 units are shown there. The navigation tools to the left on this one. And then you just go through, choose your page. Press on the video. Let's
Unit 3.
play the audio first there.
There are prepositions of place. There's a mouse on the shelf. No, Dak, there isn't a mouse.
And then we can watch the video as well. So this is the video version.
There is. There are prepositions of place. Look, there's a mouse on the shelf. No, Dak, there.
Real life grammar video presentations as well through our YouTube channel to have students learn grammar in a fun and exciting way. We carefully select our actors and scripts, and each video show you a sample here.
Subject pronouns. Present simple of to be.
Hello, I'm Mark Spark. I'm a scientist. This is Betty Brain. She's a scientist too. She's my friend.
Hello.
So you can see the predominant use of coming back to the digital feature, the LMS, we talked about that a little bit earlier with Journey. The same thing with the e-learning platform as well. For grade 7 and grade 8 in India, we've identified 2 levels of just grammar, so B1, B2, which smoothly, seamlessly follow on from Little Genius, the 4 levels of Grammar Genius, which ends at A2, A2 plus level, and then we come into the B1, B2 levels which are more exam oriented if you're doing the Cambridge exams for PET and first certificate. Again, we've got with us the interactive whiteboard material. That's just a quick overview of the landing page. So each unit plus reviews there. And that means I've come to the end of my very quick introductory presentation of the materials we'll be promoting in India. We're still learning. We still appreciate the feedback from everybody who joins us in these sessions. And I will say we're adding an IELTS book as well. So IELTS. We've found that possibly our test books will also be useful for the Indian markets, and we're thinking about introducing IELTS as well. But this is our first year. We're very excited. We've already got lots of contracts with different distributors across the country, and we're excited to be coming with the IME team in the summer with some teacher trainers and supporting you. Because what I do want to suggest, what I want to stress to you, and Dheeraj has already mentioned that, we're not here just to sell books. We're not trade books. We're not selling Harry Potter books. Buy the first version and I'll see you again next year. We are here year round to support the schools, to support the teachers with teacher training, making sure we're using the software properly, most effectively, making sure that the teachers are enjoying the teaching of that material, and that more importantly, that not just the students, but the paying parents are happy with what the students are learning, and they can see the value of using our materials, and everybody's enjoying this experience. So enough from me. Thank you very much. Over to Dheeraj now.
Absolutely, David. I think the purpose of Hamilton House, and the one thing that I appreciate of David and the entire team is that unlike other international publishers, they have invested their time, energy, and effort understanding what does the Indian teacher want, what does the student need, as well as how can you operate with the partners. How can you support the partners the best way possible so that they are successful, right? That's the key here, so that they are successful. And each one of those key stakeholders should be successful for us. That's our clear agenda when it comes to Hamilton House. That is what they're bringing onto the table. So I would like to switch back to my presentation really quickly and cover slight aspects. Obviously, David has already covered them, but I'd like to quickly recap on those.
Yeah, while you're doing that, Dheeraj, just let me mention, you know, our research hasn't stopped at how we enter the market. It's also how we're going to develop in the market and grow in the market, so that we are currently developing new materials that are relevant to the Indian curriculum. We'll be working very closely with experts on the ground there, and we're very excited to be producing new materials. So people that get on board with us now at the beginning of our journey means we've got exciting times ahead, producing the materials that will, you know, make a great impact on the English language field, in the English language field in India. So enough from me. Back to you, Dheeraj. Thank you.
Yeah. And as you can see, most of the challenges that you guys addressed to, you know, when we asked that question, we're not just covering those, but we're covering more than those, right? We're making sure that you have the tools that really land well in the classroom as a teacher, right? That's the primary objective. All right, so I just wanted to quickly cover a snapshot about the key features that David already talked about. You know, as mentioned, they have a complete learning pathway, right from pre-primary, primary, secondary, advanced English. At this point of time, we are launching products that are most relevant for the India market. We are creating products that are specifically going to match the needs of India market. So this is the time of association with us, right? This is the time where you get in easily, start working with us, and eventually you will get the best solutions that are out there in India compared to any other publisher that is providing. As you can imagine, we specialize in English language training, and that's what we are continuing to do so. You're going to always have a blended learning ecosystem with Hamilton House. You're not going to have one or the other. It's going to be a complete solution, no matter where technology is going forward, whether it is AI-based learning, whether it is digital learning. Hamilton House is very focused on providing the best and the most advanced tools to the teachers and to the learners. And that's exactly what you're going to get. It's going to be absolutely teacher friendly. As you can see, David, he himself has been an educator, and most of the core team members have been teachers themselves. So all of the products that you would see, whether it is a print product, whether it's a digital product, whether it is teacher tools or teacher training, it's all going to be oriented towards how does a student learn and how can the teacher be the best in the classroom, right? So that's always going to be the case with Hamilton House. It is a globally proven solution, right? Hamilton House is operating currently in 60 plus countries. So rest assured that this is not a startup company. It's a company which is fairly mature, with the team that has invested a lot of time, energy, and money, making sure that the product lands well in every region that they go to, right? Flexibility for schools and partners, right? We support schools, whether it is with in-person training programs, online training programs, regular catch-ups with teachers are initiated by Hamilton House. And we make sure that we provide support to our distributors, to our consultants, to our partners on the ground. We provide on-ground sales support. We provide marketing support. So it's a full journey with us where we are going to handhold you. We're going to be there in every step that you take, whether as a partner, as a distributor, you're looking to sell products to the school, whether as a school you want to enable the teacher to do the best job in the classroom, whether as a teacher you want the best outcomes for the student. We're going to be there at every stage, making sure we deliver what we committed, right? So that's what Hamilton House's promise is as well. And when it comes to partnership opportunity, I mean, it's really pretty straightforward. We're very flexible with that. We are looking for partners all across the country. We already have quite a few of them. We have distributors in more than 10 states at this point in time. In India, we are looking for further partnerships, distributors, education, large organizations, even publishers, if they're interested to pick up some of our products, do a licensing deal with us. Distributors, large distributors who are interested to do licensing deal with us, maybe for a product or two products for their specific region, we're happy to explore that. Distributors, obviously, all welcome. We'll be very happy to support you, and we know the worth of the content that we are providing, and we are absolutely confident that it is going to land in India extremely well. So with that, like I said, this session, we want it to be as engaging as possible. If you have stayed in this long with us, I'm pretty sure this poll would be very easy for you to answer. It's a simple one. Which one feature, right, that stands out? I know there were a lot many that David talked about, lot many I talked about. One feature of Hamilton that interests you the most? Just one, if you had to pick, which one would that be? And if it is not there in the choices here, please put it in the chat, whatever you feel is the choice. But I would really love to hear, if you've been in the chat and if you've been in the session for so long, I'm pretty sure this is an easy question to answer, right? Okay, we can see this is spread across. There is no one conclusive feature that is coming across, and it's great, right, to see that every feature of ours is amazing for you to like. So there are a couple of you who have said blended learning. Absolutely, that's the need of the hour. Engage in classroom content. Absolutely. Structured English learning. So I would request all of you to please contribute. You've been there in this session for such a long time, for almost 50 minutes with us. I'd request you to just quickly pick up one feature that interests you the most out of all of them that we have seen. Yeah, even option 3 is great. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I'll move forward from here. This is great feedback. Thank you so much for sharing this. I think we appreciate you sharing your feedback and acknowledging what we have developed, Hamilton House has developed as a solution. It really attracts you. So I just have a couple of slides clearly talking about value propositions for each user and each person that's going to be involved in our journey. So for teachers, the lesson structures are there, makes it easy for you to use it in the classroom. Activities are absolutely engaging. So as the NEP says, NEP talks about engagement-based, gamified-based learning. It's very evidently there across all of the content that we have developed. The grammar progressions are clear. Digital tools are always going to be there at every stage. Interactive tools, especially for you to explain concepts, for you to get the students to understand what you're talking about, and this will help you to teach confidently. Moreover, for the schools, there is a complete English curriculum. It's one-stop solution for all your English training needs, whether it is IELTS preparation, whether it is getting the students ready for workplace, whether it is getting the students ready for the best grades possible in their board exams, whether it is basic phonics, literacy skills, writing skills, foundational skills, all NLP skills that we talk about today, all of them are absolutely covered beyond the requirement. So rest assured your students are going to do phenomenally well with these systems. And blended learning, need of the hour, right? Teacher training, you don't have to worry about it. That's our job. We take care of it. We make sure teachers are enabled because we want to have a long-standing relationship with you as institutions. For resellers, as you already know, resellers, English language learning has always been in demand. And that's where we stand at. It's a huge market opportunity. If you don't have a product, don't get afraid. We have salespeople on ground that's going to support you with the sales. If you already have a product, rest assured this is a product that is very high quality. You don't have to think about content twice. This company only works on English language content. It has the best interactive tools along with it. You will have a strong academic support provided to all your clients, and your clients will actually appreciate the kind of training that they are going to be provided. Having trainers coming from UK, Europe, all over the world and supporting the school, they will definitely feel that you have given them a premium offering at a price which is right next to any other English publisher in India. So we have made sure of that the pricing is extremely competitive.
Right. I'm just looking at some, if I can just answer some of these questions. British English content. Yeah, British English, not American English, is what we've identified in India as being the predominant, obviously, the predominant approach. So spelling, pronunciation. In terms of Indian knowledge systems, yeah, we are developing new products, adapted products to the needs. We've done our market research with our colleagues at IME. And of course, we can't just click fingers and have magically 8 levels of a whole curriculum produced, because we need to spend our time, we need to have the experts involved in this, and it takes time to produce. But we will be, producing an 8-level course for the Indian market, taking into consideration the extra reading needs and the style of syllabus. We've got fantastic material that lends itself to the Indian market. It just needs to be put together responsibly to produce the curriculum that will work in India, but that will take time. What we've presented today is material that we've identified as ready to go. The grammar is going to be, wonderful for the teachers because we've got that extra blended learning component. We've got the whiteboard material with the videos, which are lacking in competitors. The ping pong course is fantastic. It's very neutral with the little animals, the characters ping and pong. And then Journey is a very international content that we sell worldwide. It's not just about the Queen of England or the King today, Buckingham Palace and Big Ben and football and drinking tea. It's an international syllabus, so high quality schools, international schools will welcome English Journey and it will fit that syllabus. But we are taking care of a course for 1 to 8, which will be aligned with the major curriculum in India.
And if you're just to
composition
add,
writing all the way through, I don't need to. Yeah, we've got the writings there as well. Sorry, back to you, Diraj.
yeah, just adding to what just David said, in fact, international schools have shown very high interest for the products that we have, where thematic content is already being used. So the products that we have, English Journey, which we have not talked about today, is being used there as it is. They have shown interest for that product line, but as we understand, for the broader context, for CBSE schools, for state board schools, and also some international schools that are transitioning into an international school, they appreciate the NCERT-aligned content, and that's what we're going to bring in just in the next academic year. Absolutely. So stay tuned with us for that. So I already talked about how we are going to work with partners. I think that's already covered. So as a next step, if you're interested to be our partner, if you're interested to use some of these products for your institution, for institution sales, or even for your classroom, we'll be very happy to support you in that journey. Please either scan the QR code, or my colleague has already put the link in the chat for you to click on. Fill in your details, and a representative from India, from Hamilton House, will give you a call and have a chat with you and understand your use case, the context of your use case, and recommend the right solution for you. And we can discuss terms, we can discuss how we can work together. So I'd request all of you who've stayed in this session for such a long time and heard everything, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, I'd request you to go in the chat, click on the link in the chat that has been shared by my colleague, and just fill in. This is basic details: your name, phone number, email address. We will reach out to you, have a chat with you, understand your use case, understand your context, and recommend the right product, share with you the right product catalog, even share with you the logins if you want to look at the samples. And if you want samples also, we'll be happy to send that across to you. So please show interest in that. As far as for the people who have joined in, teachers, some of you who are looking for certificates, to receive the participation certificate, there's another link that my colleague has shared just now. Just click on that link. Please fill in your name as you want it to appear on the certificate. And within 24 hours, you will receive those certificates in your email. Keep your eye out on those certificates in the email. You will get them. Remember, put in the name as you want it to appear on your certificate. So this is a certificate of participation that is powered by Hamilton House. Perfect. So we open up the session now. Obviously, David has been kind to answer all of the questions that have been already asked in the chat. But if you're free to now unmute yourself and have a chat with us. If there are any further questions you have, I would invite you to unmute yourself, have a chat, or put those questions in the chat, and we'll be very happy to answer. Yes,
The
sure.
certificate is just above.
Yeah, it's just about to receive the participation certificate. I'm going to share it once again for you. Here you go. That's the link. No problem.
Okay.
So this is for the certificate. The latest one that I have shared is for the certificate. And my colleague is just now going to share the link if you are interested to partner with us. Okay, anyway, so I've shared the link if you're interested to partner with us. So there are two links now in the chat. The latest one is to show interest, and the earlier one is where you will get your certificate. So please remember to put in your names as you want it to appear on the certificate. And the last link that I've just shared is for you to show interest, where you will receive a call by our team member.
Any questions?
Yes, any questions, please feel free to ask. We are here and we will be very happy to answer those.
Good evening, sir. Sridevi here once again. Sorry
Hello,
to
how are you?
bombard questions once again.
No problem.
Sir, Dheeraj sir, see, I have 2-3 questions in my mind because
Yeah.
I come under the marketing editor section wherein I go to the schools to take up the teacher training sessions and all. So
Okay.
during that time, as per the NEP 2020 and NCF 2023, there is a lot of emphasis on IKS. One. So to what extent, if the books are purchased by most of the schools, I have not gone to international schools to be very honest here, but whenever I go to the schools, they ask to what is the amount of Indianism has been incorporated in our books. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two
So
is,
one moment. Let's answer them one at a time.
Yeah.
We've already referred to that one. At the moment, we've got an international syllabus, okay, that we've identified as, and we've been to schools. We've been on the ground with the team from IME. We've visited publishers, we've visited distributors, and we've visited many schools. I love visiting the schools, teaching to the director, speaking to directors of studies, speaking to the teachers, speaking to the decision makers, and from our huge catalogue, the books that we presented today are books that can be used and will fit in to the Indian schools, as is. What you're asking for, the Indianism, the Indianization of books, this is something we're working on at the moment with respected specialists from India. And this is a work in progress. And because it will be an 8-level course initially, as I said, we can't just snap our fingers and magically, create that. Everything we do has to be, meticulously worked through. So be patient. We're working on it. You'll get it. Okay. Go on.
Thank you.
Point 2.
Point number 2 is like, see, most of the publishers with whomsoever I work, they follow structured pattern. Like it starts with nouns, pronouns, adjectives, then verbs, adverbs, then you move to preposition, conjunction. So every grade from grade 1 till grade 8, they start with nouns, end with conjunctions. Are you following the same pattern in the books? First. Second,
No,
on the same line.
That's one at a time, because I'll forget if you've got your questions, you've got your notes. Everything we do at Hamilton House, we've been in this business, in fact, more than 30 years. We had a company previously to Hamilton House called New Editions, that Heinlein National Geographic Cengage bought in its entirety. So you can appreciate that, you know, we've got a team of really respected experts, and we know our job. Do you know Close Up by National Geographic? That's a very big selling title. Are you familiar with the title Close Up by National Geographic? World Wonders. Yeah, are you familiar with those?
Yeah, World Wonders have listened, but my question is like
Yeah,
the
no, I know
pattern,
your
the
question.
pattern
I'll
of
answer your
grammar.
question. I'll answer your question, dear. Please give me a few minutes. Play with me. These are books that we sold. We wrote these for National Geographic's Engage. We're an experienced team. Of course, our books follow structure. Of course, our books follow curriculum. We have curriculum writers. Then because we have to agree on the curriculum first, and it has to be introduced in a way
Graded way.
that the students can build their knowledge slowly. You cannot, I'm going to be extreme, you cannot teach passive voice before you've taught the present perfect, because you need to teach the irregular verbs first. Things need to be taught in a sequence, and those sequences are unique according to of the CEFR. So the present simple and the present continuous in grade 1 is different from the present simple and the present continuous in grade 6 or 7, because we are expanding on that. Yeah? So we don't want to overwhelm the student with everything in grade 1. They are gradually built off. So of course we have structure. Of course we have a flow of curriculum which is carefully created according to the age and capabilities of the students. So next question.
So what is the role of composition here? What is the weightage you're given for composition section then? Essay writing, essay writing, expansion of the passages, then comprehension, reading and answering the questions, and all that stuff.
The books that I showed at the beginning, ping pong. So even though it's a kindergarten level, when we get to level 1 and level 2, we're just looking at a few sentences, because that's the expectations, the achievable expectations, the achievable outcomes of students at that level. If we go on to journey, starting from 1 through to 10, depending on the level, depending on the grade, we have realistically achievable outcomes, which starts with structure of a sentence, structuring a paragraph, all the way through to composition, writing, essays, stories, emails, reports, depending on the level of the student. So we give a lot of support, especially towards the middle higher levels, on how to structure in terms of topic sentences, paragraph building, concluding sentences for a paragraph, giving sequences to how to build up the writing. Everything is done professionally and in an academically sound way. So are you familiar with the word scaffolding in writing?
Yeah, scaffolding.
Exactly.
Correct.
That's it. We're speaking the same language. Rest assured, everything is professionally produced.
Okay. Thank you.
Next question.
Thank you, sir. I don't have much.
No,
I'm sorry,
come
I'm
on,
asking too many
keep me
questions.
busy.
No,
I love these
those are
conversations. I love these conversations because, you know, when we're speaking to people like yourself, you know, who really knows, and I truly appreciate this type of conversation, because it allows us to you know, highlight what we're doing. It allows us to prove that, yes, we do know what we're doing. We are professionals. We have a long history in the business, and I love this type of question. You know, we're talking on the same level. This is great. This is great. So thank you for your participation today.
Thank you, sir.
You're always welcome in all our sessions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please,
Anybody else?
any other questions? Please feel free to unmute yourself or put it in the chat. And if you like what you heard, you're interested to take up Hamilton House, we've got the link in the chat. The latest link that I have shared is for you to showcase your interest, and our team member will reach out to you. And the link just prior to that is for your participation certificate if you have not got it already.
Okay. Just to, I mentioned it earlier, we'll be back in India. I'm definitely coming because I'm spearheading this project with IME and the Hamilton team. And we'll probably be bringing at least another 2 teacher trainers with us, given the size of the country and where we'll be doing the trainings. So hopefully we'll see some of you face to face over the next few months. Really looking forward to coming back. As I think somebody was from Bangalore, I noticed earlier. Yeah, that was great. That was really good to be there, as well as New Delhi in the Noida area. And I'm excited to explore the country over the next few years.
Yeah.
So
I think that's it.
Anything else? I think that's it then.
That's it then. We have already shot our time. So yeah, we overshot our time. So thank you so much for all of you for being such a sport and contributing to all those polls, asking those questions. We really appreciate those and enjoy answering those questions. I know David does, so do I. So thank you so much. Rupali, you're asking for link. Which links are there in the chat? Right. We're anyway going to share those links also with you post this session through WhatsApp. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Have a great day. We'll see you again next month. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody. Goodbye. Have a lovely day. Thank you.